different ways of trying to ameliorate the plight of Palestinian refugees. One is to remain where they are in safe countries with citizenship, i.e. Two, to go to Palestine, which at some point in time may be created as a homeland for the Palestinian people. 3, to go to a third country. 4, in any negotiated deal there will be exchanges of territory, and that territory that Israel will give to the new Palestinian state will be established as settlements, and Palestinians can go there, and that would satisfy the right of return, quote unquote, because these Palestinian refugees will be coming to what is today Israel. Sectors that will be transferred to a Palestinian state. So there's a fig leaf available, but the most important challenge, the most important priority is ameliorating people's sufferings. And that's why the problem exists today, and that's why the world's attention remains on Palestinian refugees, deliberately so, perpetuated by the Arab League.
And UNRWA is too big to fail, because if the Palestinian situation is ameliorated, then 20,000 people would be out of a job. And so
much more than 20,000.
Well, yeah, they are doing everything they can. Even international people who work at UNRWA, like people from Germany and France and all those countries, their whole jobs are at stake. So they're doing whatever they can to make sure that the Palestinian suffering continues. Which is ironic, but that's what's going on, because it's their jobs are all at stake. It's kind of it's a really sad situation.
People's lives are at stake. What's more important?
I know, but they don't really care. It's really sad.
Have you read any study of how much or the value of what was confiscated from the Jewish refugees in Arab countries? What that would amount to today? How it compares to what
Today's value?
The Palestinians?
Billions.
Yeah, we have. I'm glad the question was raised at the end, because the first time we went public with this issue, we went to Europe, and the first thing they said is, "Oh, here come the Jews. All they're interested in is money, compensation. Just like the Holocaust, they want to suck everyone dry." So we say, no, this is not about money. This is about human rights. This is about mass violations. This is about humanitarian law. However, having said that, there is no definitive number. Nobody knows. There were no census. There were no registries. There are some registries of communal property. We know synagogues, cemeteries, schools, libraries, JCCs at the time. There were community clubs. The most definitive study on Palestinian refugees was done by Lord Bernkastel of the United Nations Conciliation Commission. At that time, he came up with a figure that today would translate into somewhere in the area of $3.2 billion for the losses of Palestinian refugees. The only, I would say, credible estimate that has ever been made about Jewish losses was done by the guy by the name of Sidney Zabludanov, who was a Treasury Department official in the United States, has worked for the CIA. He only looked at communal property, and he came to $7.9 billion. So we are more than double only on communal property, and that doesn't even include 856,000 Jews with their personal properties, homes, businesses, land, assets, bank accounts, pension plans. None of that is calculated. Not known.
Have you had any dealings with Wojak?
Yes, very much so. We were partners with Wojak for many years.
So what happened to them?
Unfortunately, they were originally set up by the government of Israel and were funded by the government of Israel. But when the government took away their funding, they basically, as the leadership got older, the funding dissipated, and unfortunately they're no longer a vibrant force as they should be and could be.
What does WOJAC stand for?
World Organization of Jews from Arab Countries.